Now, let us start with the next part of the chapter, alcohols, phenols and ethers. Today we will talk about chemical reactions of ethers. Before taking up the chemical reactions, let us study structure of functional group. This is ether. In ethers, 4 electron pairs are there surrounding the oxygen, 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. These 4 electron pairs are arranged tetrahedrally. You can see here tetrahedral structure, but the bond angle is slightly greater than the tetrahedral bond angle. Tetrahedral bond angle is 109 degree and here it is 111.7 degree. Why this is so? This is because of the repulsion between two bulky R groups. This is a polar molecule. Oxygen, being electronegative, attracts the electron pair towards itself, acquiring slight negative charge. Carbon-oxygen bond length is 141 picometer, which is same as that in alcohols. About chemical reaction, first let us study about the cleavage of CO bond, means this bond, carbon-oxygen bond in ethers. Ethers are least reactive of functional groups. This cleavage takes place under drastic conditions with excess of hydrogen halide. This is dialkyl ether. Reaction with hydrogen halide, the bond breaks from here. One of the R group combines with X to form Rx and RO group combines with H to form ROH. This ROH molecule further reacts with HX to form one more molecule of Rx. Means in overall reaction, you get 2 molecules of alkyl halide. In case of mixed ethers, if both the R and R dash groups are different, in that case, X will go with smaller alkyl halide. You will get lower alkyl halide and higher alcohol. This is the very important point, that smaller alkyl group will go with X, whether it is R or R dash. Smaller will go with X and the larger one will go with OH. The order of reactivity of hydrogen halides is Hi most reactive, then HBr and then HCl. Cleavage of ethers takes place with concentrated Hi or HBr at high temperature. If we are taking aryl alkyl ethers, this type of ethers, and the reaction is with hydrogen halide, in that case primary alkyl halide will be formed, means CH3 will go with I and rest of the group will go with H. So the products will be phenol plus methyl iodide. Now what is the mechanism of this reaction? Why it takes place? This is the ether molecule. We are taking mixed ether. R and R dash are different groups, right? So lone pair of electrons on oxygen, they will take up H. X negative will go. So this type of product is formed. Now this type of product is being reacted by X negative. Now this X negative can attack R or R dash. So what will it prefer? It will prefer to attack our lower alkyl group because it is SN2 reaction. Because it is SN2 reaction. So if primary or secondary alkyl groups are present, then lower alkyl group forms alkyl halide. So R dash will attack the lower alkyl group and forms a product with that. So what we are left with? We are left with ROH or R dash OH. whatever be the size of the R. Now, these are the first products. Now, what we talked about, that this alcohol further reacts with HX to form one more molecule of alkyl halide. You can see here in the third step, again, lone pair of electrons will take up hydrogen, removal of halide ion takes place, and then again halide ion. Similar type of reaction, similar here and similar here. R dash will now take up R and forming alkyl halide with the release of water. But if one of the alkyl group is tertiary, then what will happen? In that case, alkyl halide will not be smaller one, rather you will get tertiary alkyl halide. Alcohol will be the lower. Why it is so? Now in the second step, what was there? Halide ion was attacking. Now this was the product formed in the first step. Now here, before the attack of halide ion, what happens? Here cleavage of this bond takes place. Why this bond gets cleavage? After the cleavage of this bond, you get tertiary carbocation plus CH3OH. If it breaks from here, in that case you will get primary carbocation which is not so stable. So before the attack of halide ion, this bond breaks, carbon-oxygen bond breaks to form tertiary carbocation because tertiary carbocation is very much stable. So now the attack of halide ion takes place on this carbocation to give you tertiary alkyl halide. Student, this is very important. You can get this in the form of mechanism or in the form of conceptual question. So remember, if one of the alkyl group is tertiary, then you will get tertiary alkyl halide and lower alcohol. Otherwise, lower alkyl group goes in the form of alkyl halide. Now in case of anisole, if you have C6H5OCH3, here this will be the intermediate formed. Methyl phenyl oxonium ion, this is the intermediate form. Then in this case, the bond between OHCH3 is weaker than the bond between OC6H5. Means this bond will break. This bond will break. Because carbon of phenyl group is sp2 hybridized and there is a partial double bond character. Here you see double bond character. You have read about the resonating structures of phenol. So here partial double bond is present. So this bond will not break, rather OCH3 bond will break and the product will be CH3I plus phenols. CH3I plus phenols. Moreover, phenols will not react further to give halides. Here you will not give two molecules of alkyl halide because sp2 hybridized carbon of phenol cannot undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction which is required for the conversion to halide. Means for anisole, the products will be phenol plus methyl iodide if you are using HI for cleavage. Then we have electrophilic substitution reactions. This is alkoxy group OR. This alkoxy group is activating and ortho-para directing in nature. You can see these 5 resonating structures. In these 5 resonating structures, electron density increases in the benzene ring. You can see here negative charge on benzene ring and moreover it increases at ortho position, para position and then ortho position. So these are ortho-para directing and activating in nature. You can see the reactions over here. Halogenation, bromination here we have done in the presence of ethanoic acid. So the products will be para-bromoanisole and ortho-bromoanisole. Now the yield of para isomer is 90%. Here the two groups are near to each other, so there will be steric hindrance. Similarly, nitration, we have used nitrating mixture here, which is a mixture of concentrated sulfuric acid and concentrated nitric acid. We get 2-nitroanisole and 4-nitroanisole. You can see here para is a major product. Then Friedel-Crafts alkylation with anhydrous aluminium chloride. Catalyst is being used and CS2, again 2-methoxytoluene and 4-methoxytoluene. Again para is the major product. Then Friedel-Crafts acylation. Products are 2-methoxyacetophenone and 4-methoxyacetophenone. Here also you find para is the major product. Now in all these reactions, ortho is minor is amount because of the steric hindrance between the two bulkier group. So this is all about this chapter. Thank you and have a nice